I was having a little bit of issues, but that is okay. So let's go back into here, and on our window we want to add an area 2D. So what an area 2D does is it allows us to take in other like hitboxes, and we can detect when another hitbox has entered that area. So we actually need to add something to this. We need to add a collision shape. So what this collision shape will do is it will tell the area 2D like, hey, I don't know what I look like yet, so why don't you help me out there? So yeah, we're gonna size this so it is kind of like over there a little bit, and it's just hovering. So now when the player jumps on this, the area 2D will be like, hey, something's touching me, I don't like this. And then it will send a signal to the script of what to do. Um, so yeah, in our window we need to make a script called window.gd. And we need to put this in scripts. So yeah, let's do that. If it will let me type in scripts here. Okay. Okay, so we want to go into window GD, and we want to get rid of all this this boilerplate crap. And in here we're gonna say func on like on player enter, and then we want to pass a player, which should just be a node. In theory this should always be the player, but we still should put a check in place and say like if player dot name is equal to player, then we want to do this, and we want to say queue free. So what queue free does is it essentially deletes the node. So we're saying when the player enters that hitbox, it will delete the window node. And we should probably play some sort of clicking sound effect, but we'll get to that later. So we're missing something, right? We need to send a signal from here, and we want to say body entered. And how you connect a signal is you right click on it and you hit connect, and it comes up with this. And what did we name that function? We named it on player enter. Oh, well, did not mean for that to happen. Yeah, so we're gonna connect it to this script and say on player enter, and we want to hit connect. So let's go into here, and yeah, so we have that. And now we should be in business. Now if the player enters that, it should go away. So we have that basic functionality down. And I want to do something because right now the screen is kind of small. So let's add in here, let's add a camera node, camera 2D, and then let's select current. So this will be the current camera, and let's kind of drag it Let's kind of drag it like so it's centered-ish. Okay. Then we want to change the zoom so it's like maybe half the size that it was before. This might be a little too zoomed in, but we'll just work with that for now. Yeah, so we have our player, and he can close virus.exe. We're making progress, okay? But the thing is, this isn't animating. It's not doing anything. So what we want to do is we want to say playing equals true, but it's playing really fast, and it should be 1 frame per second, right? So yeah, it should be playing at 1 frame per second, and then it'll be like da, 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 and then after that we want to say we want to end the game, and then we want to say do the little Windows crash screen. So let's go into here and let's export this crash screen as well, so we just have it, right? So let's export that. Let's grab it, crash screen.png, slap it in there. Oops. We want to put that in the assets folder. So let's make this, let's import it correctly, and now we should see when we're in here it should be animating. Awesome. So we're having a countdown, but the thing is it just kind of restarts, but we want it to we want to send a signal and basically say, hey, the game is over. And let's make another scene and call it game over. So let's have a game over screen and just make this a node 2D and call it game over. And then let's just add a it's called a texture rect, I believe. So we're gonna add a texture rect to that. Yeah, so in this texture rec we're gonna want to make it the full size of the screen, and we're gonna want it to be this texture. So let's drag the texture in there, and you can see it's pretty small, but if we do that, it should expand all the way. So now we have our game over screen. So we have our texture rect, and every time the game ends we wanna obviously shove out this screen. So we're making progress. Alright. Okay. So I have an idea. Okay, so we are going to send a signal from this animated sprite to say animation finished, and we're gonna want to connect this to there, and maybe we just call this like virus injected. So when the virus is injected, we want to end the game, right? So we want to say func on, or I think we said virus injected. I should be a little more thoughtful about how I'm naming this, but it's a game jam, so it's fine. We're fine. Okay, so I think you say get tree dot get root, or get root. I can't remember how to get how to restart a scene in Godot. Alright, so let's open up Chrome here. Okay, so change scene Godot. So we want to know how to load a scene, right? Get tree.change scene seems easy enough, right? Okay, so we want to say get tree dot change scene, and then we want to say what scene we want to change it to, or it should be source/scenes/game over.tscn. So this should change the scene, and yeah, on theory, whatever that means, in theory, this should work. But as we all know, things never work on the first try. So let's just see what happens. So we're counting down. Drum roll, please. Yes, okay. It worked on the first try. It's a miracle. We have luck on our side today. So we got that done, right? We're doing great. This is actually this is going along really smoothly. So what have we done? What have we done? We have so far gotten the window virus to inject, and it kills you. So we probably just want to honestly, the game is done. We've done a majority of the work so far. This is great. Okay. So maybe we just add some windows in here, and hopefully they all start. Oh, we need them to all start like sorry. I need them to start when the game is played. And we also want to turn off loop, so they're not constantly looping all the time. And then I think if we just go in here and say func ready, so ready gets called every frame, or no, sorry, ready gets called at the beginning of the game. So when the scene has loaded, that's when ready gets called. So we want to, in ready, say animated sprite, animated sprite dot play. I think I can just pass. Well, I think I can just pass nothing there. And what that does, what the $ syntax says, it says everything after the $, that's a node, right? So that's a child node of whatever the script is attached to. So it's a child node of window. So it's animated sprite right here. So cool, yeah. So it should play or not. That's cool too. That's cool. It's cool. I think okay, let's play. We might have to specify which animation we want to play. And I guess we can just say default. It still starts from there. Oh, we need to say it starts at frame 0. So here we go. This should work. And we're gaming now. We're gaming. Oh, that's strange. Oh, you know what we did? We made these nodes children of the other window, so it's deleting everything. So now we should be able to delete them independently of each other. Okay, so we're making more progress. This is great. Okay, I need a drink of water because my throat is getting dry. Okay. Okay, now what do we need? Well, we need something for the player to hit the ground. We need some sort of ground, right? Right. Okay. So, what's the best way to do this? I just don't know. I might have to make the camera go right there and just make it a normal zoom. Or actually, heck, we don't even need this camera, right? We could do without it. So if we get rid of the camera, then this is our canvas, right? So this is everything. This is what our level is based off of. So we want to add some stuff to it. We want to add a floor. I'm thinking of just like having the classic like Windows look of a floor with yeah, like the classic floor and then just some like icons there. And while we're at it, let's give the player a little more jump force because he does not have a lot of jump. He doesn't have any ups. He's a white boy. Okay. So yeah, let's start spreading out some stuff. Ooh. Or do I want to make the player sprite? Let's make the player sprite, okay? For the player, let's just say for now, let's 16 by 16. So what do we have? So we want to make him a cursor, right? So how do we make a cursor? I was thinking kind of like that. Like that kind of cursor. And then I have no idea how this is going to look. It's probably going to look horrid. Yeah, it looks pretty bad. What does a cursor like that look like if we can activate it? Wait, let's see. Okay. Cursor PNG. Let's just look up some reference to get some sort of reference. Aha. So it's got kind of this like, and then it's got like a crossbar in the middle. That's doable. Okay. It does not look anything like this. Pretend I never did that. So, okay. We want it to be a little bit like okay, I think this is a good. It's better than our last attempt, but it looks kind of creepy, let's be honest here. It looks pretty trash. Does that look better? Gosh, why does it look so weird? I want it to look cute. I think the problem is this is like too thick. We need it to be an odd number. So what if we scrap this? And we went for like something like this. Because it kind of looks like a character, right? I would say so. I do declare. I think that looks kind of like some sort of character. In some distant land, perhaps. I feel like that could work. It could work. And now we just need to animate it. So I'm gonna kind of move this to the center. Okay, so so these are his legs and those are his arms. So let's add a new frame. And let's say his leg is like coming. It's coming like that. As you can tell, I am not the animator type. Okay. Ooh, I should do an idle animation. Okay, so scratch that. So we're gonna make an idle animation. So this is when he's just standing around. And I feel like this will make him feel a lot more alive. So we are going to, I think we're gonna squish him down a little bit and then unsquish him. So a lazy way to do this would literally just be to like squish him down and then just kind of select this color. Then we need this to come down. Then we need his outline. And then, I mean, you can see already he's starting to look more alive. Well, obviously, if it's not going to be that fast. And let's make another frame that looks like this. How do you move it? There you go. So I feel like his arms should come down, but like his arms are only little stubs. Ooh, on the up, he should scrunch his ears. He should like scrunch his little ears like that. And then we can delete some stuff. Oh yeah, that looks pretty good. Not trying to pat myself on the back or anything, but I think that's looking pretty spicy. How about you, chat? How do you feel about that? Make sure to stay hydrated, kids. It's quite important. Okay. So what do we have? We have a character, and he's sort of animated, I guess. I guess you could say that. kind viewer. Okay, so we want to move this. Oops, how can I move that? There we go. Let's move that to the end. And Sprite is amazing, and it has an option to group stuff. So if we select this, and I think we can say new tag maybe, and just say idle. Yes, so we have an idle tag. So we have the idle animation. Factastic Fox says spicy, and to him I say spicy. You're welcome. Okay, so we're gonna need this dude to move around a little bit. So how are we gonna do that? I don't know, Thomas. So how are we gonna do that? Okay, we're gonna make a new frame, and I kind of want him to turn, but that might look weird. He would just turn into a stick, right? So if the dude turned, he would literally become a stick. And I don't know how I think about that. But I kind of dig it. I kind of dig it. I see you. I see you. Okay. Okay. So I think it would be like that. And then, oopsie. Let me kind of bring that down. So he looks like that. That's not. I guess that's cool. So I guess we don't need this frame. I don't think. Delete frame. So now we have a line. It seems like we're taking steps back, but I promise you, we are not. We're gonna select that. I think we're gonna do this kind of a deal, right? Let's do. So he's gonna be. So this is his leg. These are his legs. And then, honestly, if we do this, wait, how can I just play? Wait, can I make this a group, a tag? Tag it. I'll tag that with run. So, yeah, we have this run animation. The thing is, he doesn't feel alive when he's doing that. But I mean, it's kind of believable. It's like doop doop. But it doesn't look great. So I feel like on the second frame, his hair or his ears should start waving back. I'll show you what I mean. So if I do that, he might start to look more alive. Oops. That looks strange. So I kind of want him to have like, for his legs to appear more animated. So I feel like if we give him a little bit of a bound, like if he jumps up, so maybe if we just like, I have no idea how this will look. That just kind of looks weird. Okay, I have an idea. So here, let's chop his legs off. As you do, let's chop his legs off, and then let's grab. So it's gonna be like there, there. So it's gonna go from there to there, and this is when he's gonna be jumping up a little bit. So let's raise him up. And also he's gonna need his little outline. This will make sense, I promise you. And then he's gonna come down, and this leg is fully extended, but this one is just getting out, right? So let's make an outline there. By the way, I had to recently make an outline in school. Not fun. I do not like outlines, but I like them in the context of a video game. They are cool. Already he kind of looks like he's running, right? But it's not the best running animation I've ever seen. So yeah, we're gonna have to fix that. So he goes from here, then his one leg extends outwards, then it fully extends on the downward bound. Then I believe, oh, the run thing from 4. Okay. So I believe we need another one of these. Is like an in-between. How do I add that? Okay. Then it's gonna come down. Then he's gonna go like that. Wait, but so he goes, his leg extends. Then it fully comes down. Then what's gonna happen? Then he's gonna, this leg is gonna come forward. Wait, so we can delete this frame. We wanna copy this frame. So then this leg is gonna come forward. And then he's gonna jump again, right? So let's move him up, because he's gonna jump again. This leg is gonna come forward. Then this leg is gonna, might look weird, but it might look amazing. I honestly don't know. Okay. That looks very strange. So then he jumps again. He jumps again, but his legs are opposite, right? So this leg will be longer. At this point, I don't even know what I'm doing. Okay. Oopsie, didn't mean to do that. Okay. Now it looks like he's running the other way. Man. So that frame didn't work. got longer. How do you get longer? This frame still looks janky. Okay. I'm having a really tough time understanding it. So he's gonna extend his leg, it's gonna come down, it's gonna strike the ground, then he's gonna go up again, then are both legs gonna be stubby, perhaps? I think if I get rid of this frame, it'll work. Okay, for now, this will have to do, but I'm not super happy with it. But we don't got all time, all day, so we're gonna save this as cursor player dot a sprite. Then we're gonna export this. We're gonna export the sprite sheet. Then here we have the nice sprite sheet for it. So we're gonna export this. Then we're gonna go and we're gonna drag this into our game. Then we need to import it as a 2D pixel sprite. Do that real quick. And then, oops, I need to be in Godot. So, let's go to the player scene. And then we need this to be an animated sprite. Then we want to make a new sprite frames. And then open that. Then we have 6 horizontal. And we have 1 vertical. You want to add 3 frames and call this idle. Let's play that a little faster. Okay, so we have that guy going. How do we, I'm trying to make him 1:1 scale. And then let's just base the collision off of that. Let's shrink that down a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna make a new animation. We're gonna call it run. And we're gonna import this. And we're gonna import those. We're gonna play it a little faster. Okay, cool. So we have our player, and he has his little animations. They're working great. Let's see them in the game. Let's see them in action. So if we play, wow, this looks a lot better than I thought it was gonna look, honestly. Let's be honest here. Yeah, so now what do we want to do? We want to say every time the key is pressed, we want that to be, we want to play the run animation. So how are we going to do that, you might ask? And to which I would answer, we're going to do it like this. Stay hydrated, kids. Okay, so we're going to go into here. And in player.gd, we're going to say if velocity dot x is not equal to 0, then we're gonna play the running animation. So we want to say let's make a variable. So let's say on ready var or let's just say sprite. I'm gonna actually turn this IntelliSense off. Because it's being a little annoying. Yeah, so I have this Godot thing. We want to disable that because it's nice, but all my CPU power is being hogged by the yeah, it's being hogged by this IntelliSense like feature, and it's also being hogged by the stream, so I can't really do those two things at once. But so yeah. Of course, did that turn off syntax highlighting for it as well? That would be annoying. Let's see, it's still loading up a little bit. But it would be quite annoying if it turned off syntax highlighting. It did, but it looks horrible. We want to say get. Honestly, it's not much faster. I thought it was gonna be faster. This is annoying. I could just do this, I guess. This is just syntax highlighting. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, so we want to get the node, or I think it's just called sprite. So now we have a sprite. So let's just say sprite.play run else sprite.play idle. I think that was in caps too. So I think this should work. Oops, wrong scene. I should play this scene. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with how the game looks so far. It's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. So the problem is we need to do a couple things. In the project settings, we want to say in window, in window, we want to set the size to something much smaller. So let's do like, what's 16 times 8. Let's 16 times 10. So we could do 160 by 90. Yeah, let's do that. 160 by 90. And then for test width and height, we're going to do 1280 by 720. Okay, so what this is going to do is it's going to make our scene much smaller, right? We're not even going to be able to see anything, I don't think. Oh, never mind, we are. Oh, right. Okay. We need to say keep we need to say like keep width mode 2D keep aspect ratio. So now we should be able to keep the aspect ratio no matter how big it is. Yes, so this is working. Alright. Okay. So let's make it a little bigger actually. I know I was just talking about how I'm just a picky man. You know, picky world. Okay, so what we're gonna want this to be like 2 times bigger. So 320 by 180. Let's see where that puts us. Okay, I like that. And then let's just move our elements in here. And our player, let's move him in there. Ah, yes, this looks great actually. The gravity feels really strong. Let's decrease that gravity a little bit. It's like 900 maybe. And see where that puts us. Now we got ups. Oof, that game over screen looks bad. Oh right, it's because we resized everything. I think if we just say layout full rect, that did not work. I think if we put a control node, child that, then the control node, and we just make the control node anchored Huh, this is weird. Okay, I guess this works for now. Yeah, so what have we got so far? Not to pat myself on the back, but this is looking spicy. One thing I think is happening is the gravity might be stacking up over time. Wait, no, never mind, it's not. Okay, so right now there's no feasible way to beat this level because we there's no ground. You'll just fall to your death every time. Oh, I beat it. Oh, got him. Okay. So, I'm wondering something. Okay, frame changed. Ooh, frame changed. It doesn't pass the frame. Could I say add an int? I don't know. I got to hit the bathroom real quick, but I'll be back in a sec. Okay, we're back. So, um, yeah, so the game is technically beatable right now. So, let's do something. So in here, instead of saying this, let's say if it's greater than, or if it's not equal to 0, or sorry, if it's greater than 0, we want to say sprite okay, so we want to do this. We want to say this essentially, but we want to say sprite dot flip. Yeah, we want to say sprite dot flip x equals true, I think. Or maybe it's true like that. Uh, Godot flip sprite. Godot animated sprite. So right now I'm just like looking up the docs for how to actually flip the animation. So okay, it's flip H, I think is, or flip V. Then here we want to say flip V is false. Okay, so we got good movement down, I'd say. Um, yeah, I'd say we've made good progress. What we should think about doing is adding some sort of background here, like a background element to, you know, maybe just like a classic Windows background. Let's just do a quick Google of that, see what comes up. Ooh, I think what we should do is get this. Do that. Because that one is very recognizable. So, yeah, let's do that. Let's make a new file. What was our screen size? We did 320 by 180, I believe. Yeah. So this will be the whole thing. So let's make the background that let's make like a circle. So it's like Rolling Hills-ish. Rolling Hills-ish. The Hillsbury Doughboy. Alright, alright, alright. Right. So that's not bad. It's not the worst rolling hills I've ever seen. The question is, how's it gonna look if I give it this nice border? Border Patrol. I feel like it would look better. Let's stick with this. So we got some clouds in the background. So let's add those clouds. That's not half bad, I guess. Yeah, it's definitely not the worst thing I've ever drawn. But yeah, so this is gonna be our Windows background. At least for now. I could try to add more detail to make it more memorable. Like, hopefully no one remembers it to a T, because this isn't perfect. I have an idea though. I'm gonna delete that, and it was a little bit, oops, I want that to be the green color. I should be more thoughtful about like the colors I'm picking, but again, we be game jamming, eh? So we don't got time for that. So this kind of looks like it, right? It looks close-ish. Close-ish enough, so yeah, that'll be good. And then we want to save this as like Windows BG. So now we have our Windows background, right? Right. Okay. Actually, let's. I'm being a little too picky about this, but I kind of want it to be a little more distinguishable from so the cursor is going to be white, so I want that not to be super white. Okay. So let's export that. Export. That's fine. Now let's make a new file. Let's call this one, or I guess we don't have to call it anything. So we want the width to stay the same, and then we want the height to be like a 16th of this, so like 20. Okay, so this looks fine, mighty fine. So classic Windows screen with 3 E's, boys. Okay, so this is what I want right here. So I want that, the little footer at the bottom. Yeah. So I want to have something that looks close to that. Can I blow this up a little bit, boys? So it's kind of like a grayish tone, probably about this color. Then what else does it have on it? It has a little Windows thing. And that has Internet Explorer. Then it has just some random information. For now, I don't want to spend a ton of time on sprites. Let's just call this ground, and then export that. So now we have a couple things to put in there. So let's drop this into there. Then let's grab these and slap them in there. Then we have to re-import these so that the filter is off of them. And then we want to, I could make a separate scene. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll I'm just gonna rename this platform into ground. Then let's open that up. So let's ground.scene. And in this sprite, we are going to put, let's actually just remove this, because it's gonna resize and do some funny stuff with our thing. So So let's add this sprite here. We want this to be in the center. So let's set that in the center. And then we want to expand this out so that it's the size of the ground. And then that's good. That's good. So we want to then put in our main scene a ground scene. Let's put snapping on. Yeah, let's enable the snapping so then we can snap to the grid. Ooh, that's annoying. Why is it? Huh. It's not snapping correctly. So this is a bad way to do it, but bad ways are fun sometimes. Okay. So now when we play this, the ground should be on the, did it fall? Or am I crazy? I swear the ground just fell. Well, that's weird. Let's put it like right there. That is so weird. The player should have fallen on it. Oh. We made it a child. Oops. It was a child of the player. But we don't want it to be that. So let's put it right there. Now we should have a ground on our feet. Ah, look at that. I closed it from a distance. Okay, so this is coming together. It really is. I'm liking how this is turning out. So we're this cursor dude who can close these windows, and then we can just run around as cursors do. Ooh, I could add a jump animation, but okay. I'm getting a little sidetracked. On the window, let's make this a little bigger and kind of extrude it out over the sides. A little bit like that. That'll do. So you can hit it at any position around it, right? So now we can like close it from over there. Oh no, we're gonna die. So another thing is the game doesn't end. Like, we're still able to close the window when it goes on the black screen. So it shouldn't be like that. Ooh, we should probably add in our background too. Ooh, we should make a control node. Then let's put that here. Just call it VG. Then let's add a texture rect to that. Let's expand that to fit the whole screen. Then let's make that. Beautiful. So now we have our Windows background. It doesn't look amazing, but I don't know. I think it has a certain charm to it. We're gonna have to close the window. Oh no!